And thank you so much for joining us for this edition of the Moonbuilders Workshop. If this is your first Moonbuilders Workshop, we want to give you a very special welcome. And if you're returning, thank you so much for joining us again. A few weeks ago, we had a great session with the Subwallet team. We did a Moonbeam universe session, and so we walked through all of the features of Subwallet. We showed kind of what makes it different, and we had a very fun session. So that was with DJ and Ryan from Subwallet. But today we're going to be more focused on how you can integrate Subwallet into your DApps as a builder. And so I've been using Subwallet for a while, and I've been blown away by it. It's been a very impressive, a very enjoyable user experience. And this is because it blends this very modern new take on building a wallet where it doesn't treat the accounts as strictly separate. You can choose to see all of your accounts across different networks in one place, which I think is a fantastic user experience. It's very intuitive, and it's very, very feature-rich and powerful. So once you've started using a wallet this way, it's hard to imagine using a wallet and experiencing a wallet any other way. So it's not just a wallet experience. There's also powerful features like crowd loans, viewing your NFTs, and managing your staking, all from the Subwallet app. As you may know, Subwallet is supported on apps.moonbeam.network. So if you're managing your staking, if you're doing governance or cross-chain transfers or anything like that, you can do it all with Subwallet. So today we have the distinct pleasure of being joined by Peter Mai and Thomas Wu, who are both software engineers at Subwallet. They both have software engineering backgrounds, and they graduated from the same university together in Vietnam. And they've been working together for a while as full stack developers on different projects. They both have been working in the Web3 space, and particularly at Subwallet since last year. So with that, I want to hand it over and allow Peter and Thomas to go ahead and introduce themselves and get things started.
Hello, everyone. I'm Peter from Subwallet. I'm very excited to be here in the Moonbeam Builder.
Awesome. Thank Kevin. My name is Thomas. I'm a software engineer at Subwallet. I'm very excited to be here to show you guys how to integrate Subwallet into your DApps.
It's great to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
So you have both have software engineering backgrounds. For anybody who didn't join us in the Moonbeam universe, I want to start with just kind of like a refresher so that people know what Subwallet is. And maybe just tell us a little bit about why Subwallet was started. What was the kind of idea or the philosophy, the approach behind starting Subwallet?
The reason we will start to build Subwallet is because we believe in the future of Web3. We have a factor in the Kusama ecosystem and the power impact that it will do for the Web3 industry. And we also operating the Polkadot Web3 Vietnamese community with around 10,000 members. And we often hear the community complain about the Polkadot JS is very difficult to use. And so we also decided to build Subwallet to bring for the user the better UX and UIs and make the Kusama ecosystem easier to access. One more thing, in our point of view, the wallet is a gateway have user enter any blockchain ecosystem, and we have seen what MetaMask has done for Ethereum and Phantom has done for Solana, and we want to do the same thing with Kusama ecosystem.
The wallet experience is such an important foundational component of any user's interaction with Web3, right? And so the fact that you're building these tools which are intuitive and enjoyable is such a huge and an important piece. And if somebody is new to the ecosystem, right, and they're just getting started, it can be intimidating, right? It can be the .Sama ecosystem, specifically regarding cross-chain transfers and things like that. All of it is extremely powerful, but if you're a new user, you might not know where to go, right? And it might be a bit confusing. So I'm very appreciative of what you're doing to simplify this process and to expose the power of Polkadot to new users and to everyone. So you kind of touched on this already, I think, but you've spoken about your approach to building SubWallet, but how does that translate into maybe how the team works, or is there anything different about your structure as a team that maybe translates into your approach for building a wallet? Is there anything that's perhaps different about that?
Well, that is a very interesting question. So at the time that we started building SubWallet, we didn't notice or see any options in Polkadot ecosystem that have a good UX that allow users to enter the Web3 ecosystem, especially in the Sama ecosystem. So we decided to build SubWallet with a very focused and we think that we need to build fast. We really focus on bringing user the best user UX and UIs experience.
Absolutely. And when we're thinking in terms of design principles and architecture, we believe that the future is multi-chain, and I see that reflected in your wallet as well. So I'm curious, how does your vision of the multi-chain and cross-chain future, how does that inform your design and engineering decisions at SubWallet?
Thank Kevin for the question. About these questions, Polkadot's vision is a multi-chain for Web3, and so we are. Subwallet architecture is designed to support multi-chain from day one. However, it's important we need to design the UI and UX to be simple, like single chain, and it will have the user find easier to use. And we have implemented some features to do that. We have added the custom network feature. This is a feature that allows user to choose the network that they want. It will have the user focus on what they need, and we optimize the resources on the user device, and also decrease traffic to the network as well.
Totally. So when you say decreasing traffic to the networks, meaning optimizing, like being more efficient, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. No, that's
yeah.
Very cool.
Adding more into that, because in the background we need to maintain a lot of connection to lots of networks. So we need to like maintain that, like to start up like bunch of network. Like I remember the last time we have, before the optimization, we have like 70 connections to the networks. So we need to reduce that in order to reduce the memory consumption, so that user can easily use it. Otherwise, the browser will blown up with the memory consumption. So that is a very features that we want to do in order to help user to have a better experience.
Totally. And as an open source project, do you accept contributions from the community in terms of pull requests, or is there a better way that community members who want to get involved in helping, or maybe submitting feedback or ideas or anything like that, what's the best way for them to contribute to SubWallet?
Absolutely. We are building SubWallet for the community, and user community feedback and suggestion is very important to us. So we really appreciate that as well. So we believe that the best ideas sometimes come from the community. So we encourage community members can raise your voice and feedback and suggestion in our Telegram or Discord channels. And if you are a developer, we can absolutely pull up a PR in our GitHub repository to share your idea.
Awesome, that's great to hear. And so I know your Subwallet is compatible with Chrome, Brave, Firefox, and also Microsoft Edge. My question is that do you have any plans for mobile?
Yes, we are working on the mobile version, which are in private test, and we will release the mobile versions soon as possible.
Awesome! I can't wait to try it out, and I'm sure that's going to be huge, and that's going to be open up a whole new suite of users and use cases, because lots of people might be mobile first, or they might use it in conjunction with the extension as well. So taking a quick look forward, what's next for Subwallet? What should the community be thinking about or anticipating over the next few months?
Well, you can expect a lot. We have a lot on our roadmap, such as a swap features. You can swap like token and assets around inside Subwallet without having to go to any DEX or exchange. And then we're going to support hardware wallets. And then we're going to support multi-signature and proxy account. And then lastly, but not least, the features that allow users to buy crypto from fiat. And then we also want to conduct a user surveys to collect user opinions about our current UX and UI, so that we can, based on that, improve further. So, and later on, we would love to integrate all the projects in the Sum ecosystem.
That's great to hear. And I'm sure drop links when you have them, for this in the Moonbeam Discord. I'm sure people would love, to participate, provide feedback, and help out, in any way that they can.
Sure.
So hopefully this has been like a good introduction and a quick refresher to Subwallet. So I want to give you a chance. I know you might have had a few slides, but I want to give you a chance, to introduce the demo. And so we can start mentioning how developers can integrate Subwallet, into your DApps, into your front ends, and how you can. It's quite easy, but we want to show you, exactly how you can do that.
Sure. We're going to have some slide to go over some technical first, and then we're going to go into the coding. We're going to share the screen. Let me know if you see my screen.
Got it. Looks good.
Okay. I'll go over briefly the content that we want to cover in this session. Let me open this up. So we're going to have a bit of an introduction to Subwallet, and then we're going to talk about Subwallet problem in the Sum ecosystem and our solution to that problem. And then we're going to get our hand dirty with some live coding to actually show you how easily it is to integrate Subwallet into your DApp to connect into Moonbeam and Moonriver. And then lastly, we're going to have a live demo to show you that user can easily using Subwallet to interact with existing DApp that are built on Moonbeam and Moonriver. So let's get started with Subwallet. So Subwallet, we define ourselves as a pioneering and user-friendly wallet for Substrate ecosystem. We set a mission for ourselves to have crypto user actually to get closer to Substrate ecosystem and open the Web3 universe. We set a vision for ourselves as to be a Web3 multiverse gateway for Substrate ecosystem, just like MetaMask has done with Ethereum ecosystem and Phantom has done with Solana. So we're currently joining the Substrate Builders program, and we have got grants from Polkadot Treasury and Moonbeam Foundation. So let's get into the main topic of today's workshop. We're going to talk about the wallet problem. Obviously, we are currently have more than just one problem, but the problem that we want to highlight today is the problem that in order to surfing and using the Web3 at the ecosystem, user needs to use like more than one wallet at the same time. So so generally and technically, user should be able to connect with like any chain that is built on Substrate using like Polkadot.js extension wallet. But for some chains that are aimed to be EVM compatible, like Moonbeam or Moonriver, user have to use MetaMask in order to have a better UX and UI. So that is the reason why user need to use both of the wallet. And for when we have the XCM messaging to swap cross-chain access, Moonbeam in Moonbeam we need user on Moonbeam need to use like both MetaMask and Polkadot wallet in order to use it effectively. So the solution for that is simple. It's to provide both of the way in just one, all the way to connect to all of the Substrate based blockchain for Substrate API, and using Substrate API and EVM compatible chain API in just one wallet. So that is exactly what we are doing right now. And in detail, we are exposing the API to Substrate and EVM provider via under the name SubWallet inside the browser. So you can access the EVM provider with window.subwallet and access the Substrate API interface with like window.injected Web3 with the name with the property SubWallet.js. So talking about the EVM provider compatibility, we're building the provider following exactly the MetaMask provider API, so that it could be compatible with any existing MetaMask integration. So that we just need to change one or two line of code in order to switch between MetaMask and SubWallet. So in terms of legacy and APIs and events, initially we didn't think that we need to support all of the legacy APIs and events. So it turns out it doesn't work quite well, because like a lot of DApps right now are currently relying on deprecate APIs and events. So we have to to support that. And currently we only support a few of them, but we plan to support it fully, so that all of the DApps can have an integration to SubWallet smoothly and easily. And so the EVM provider can work perfectly in if you want to use Web3.js and or Ether.js library. So talking about the benefits of using SubWallet over using MetaMask. The first one is that we don't have the Swift network pop up anymore. So MetaMask is a single chain wallet. So in order to interact with multiple chain, MetaMask user needs to switch between each network. But SubWallet is not the same. SubWallet is a multi-chain wallet. We support multi-chain at the same time. So we maintain connection to multiple network under the hood. So user can switch between network and UX connection to the network at the same time without having to switching it when using it. And user can use more than one DApp at the same time. So for example, when using MetaMask, if we want to if we are on like some Ethereum DApp, and then we're going to on MetaMask, we can't use both we can use both Ethereum DApp or Moonbeam DApp at the same time. But if using Subwallet, we can use it at the same time without having to switch the network. The second benefit is we have the all account modes. So this is the mode that is going to aggregate all of the assets that user going to have and already have inside the UI, and user can track the total assets that they are having. So the benefit of this is that when the DApps requesting for the accounts for MetaMask, they only get back only one account based on the account that user are choosing.
Thomas, did we lose you? Peter, it looks like your connection's still working just fine though.
Well, my connection is still working, and I will talk with. Thomas, let's try your connection again.
So this is so important. I'm thrilled that you spoke about being able to access multiple accounts, from the same wallet, and also multiple networks, and also being able to interact with multiple DApps at the same time. So I can't tell you how many times that I've had apps.moonbeam.network up at the same time as I've had another DApp up, such as StealthSwap or something like that, where I'm trying to make a trade, and I might be on different pages, different networks. And so let's say I was trying to test staking on apps.moonbeam.network for Moonbase Alpha, and then I also wanted to be on a DEX at the same time. MetaMask gets confused, and then it prompts me to switch, and I might not want to switch. And so being able to have a new experience is so valuable and so needed.
I'm sorry for the interruption. So
no problem.
Yeah, we can continue.
Just you'll need to. There we go. Perfect.
Yeah. Where am I with the slide? Can you? Am I at this one?
Perfect.
Or this one?
You were, I believe, at yes. Perfect.
This one.
Yep.
So let's get started again. So the second benefit, I'm going to go over this slide again. The second benefit is Subwallet has all account modes. So that means that when users select the all account modes, Subwallet will aggregate all of the assets that you are currently have inside the UI, so you can track every access that they have. So this is also one other benefit when DApp connect to the wallet. So on MetaMask, when the DApp connect requesting account to the wallet, the app only get one account back, because MetaMask only support one account at a time, and it will return one account based on the account that user is selecting in the wallet. But for Subwallet, when user select the all accounts, the app will get back the list of all the address that the user are approved the app to access, so that the app can quickly and easily show a list of account that user wants to interact with the network without having to go back to the wallet in order to select and switch. It is really it is one step or a few steps saving for the user. So enough about the slide. Next, we want to get our hand dirty with some live coding. We want to build. We're gonna build a simple DApps to send a DApp token, which is a token on Moon Alpha, Moonbase Alpha networks around with Subwallet, to show you how easily it is to integrate Subwallet into your DApps. So let me open my editor real quick. So I have prepared a quick project so that we can start right now without having to go over the setting up. So you can see here in the console, it's saying hello Moonbeam. So what exactly this function is doing. So if we change it to like Moonriver, Moonbeam Workshop or something, it will going to refresh immediately, and this function will be going to call again, and we're going to test. We're going to do some fun thing here. In order to send before we can send a transaction to Moonbeam to send some token around, first we need to get the provider. So usually for MetaMask, we can access the provider by accessing the Ethereum name, global Ethereum name. This we got some error here. Up. So just saying that we are not using SLL. So this is for MetaMask, but for Subwallet, we're going to need to use Subwallet name in order to access the provider. So we're going to ignore this one. The next week we need to request for the account from the wallets. So we're going to so in order to do that, we need to call some function in the provider. We're going to go over the provider API from MetaMask in order to MetaMask provider API. This one. So in here, in order to request the account, we need to call the function. Let me see. This one. We need to call ETA request accounts. So let's call that method with the Subwallet provider. So we're going to set the result here and provider, and then calling the request to the provider with the method name ETA request accounts. Then we're going to console that out to see what go. It's what we need to have an await here because it's a sync function. Yep, because I have already tested this, so it's going to immediately return all the account. So let me forget this size so we can have the pop up so that user can select which account that they want the app to access. Let me go over the setting and then localhost, and then forget this, and then we're going to we'll go. So whenever user first connecting to the DApp, it's going to ask user which account user wants the DApp to access. So in this demo, we're going to accept all of the demo account that I've just set up here. So we're going to hit connect, and we're going to get back the list of account that I've just approved. So next, we want to check whether or not the current chain is the target chain that we want to interact. So in order to do that, we need to check the current chain, what it is. So we want to call the chain ID function here, which is in chain ID. which is where is it? Not here. Chain ID. So let's call this. So we're gonna get back the chain ID that the current provider is connecting. We're gonna get a chain ID, wait, and then provider, then request a method, just chain ID. So we're gonna get back the chain ID here. We're gonna console log that out. See where it is. So it is 0504. It is in hex. In hex formats, we need to convert it to a decimal format to know what it exactly is. Going to convert it to what?
If anyone knows what it is, you can go ahead and put it in the comments.
So it is actually
anyone
the
know
chain
about
ID that every chain, every EVM chain will have their own chain ID register. So we can look that up for any chain in the site called chainlist.org. So here, if Ethereum would, by default, Ethereum will have the chain ID. Ethereum, yeah, it had by default Ethereum will have the chain ID but 1, but for Moonbeam is like 12 and 84. In this example, we want to transfer some DApp token. We want to search for Moon Alpha, Moonbase Alpha. So yep, it is 1287. We want to change, and this chain ID we want to convert it to hex format. So we can do it quickly by doing this. So to string, and then convert it to like hexamal format. It is 507 is different with 504, which is I think it is Moonbeam. We can quickly convert that to decimal. First, ends, then we can 10.
And for anyone following along, if you want to try it out yourself, you can just use an online converter, that looks something like this.
Then 10. I'm not sure. Oh, let's do a combine converter, like hex to decimal converter. We're going to have a hex number here. We're going to convert it to like a decimal number. It is 1284, exactly the number that we have for the Moonbeam in chain here. Moonbeam. So for Moon Alpha, Moonbase Alpha, we're gonna have it like 1287. So we're going to convert it to hex format by using the syntax. So the target, going to use save the Moonbase Alpha here. Chain ID is equal to this one, and we wanted to convert this to hex format. It should be direct 507, I guess. And test it real quick. This one. To string and 16 here. So we're gonna console log this out. It's going to be 0x507, and then we're going to compare between these two, the target, which is the target chain ID, which is the Moonbase Alpha, and the current chain ID. If it is different, we're going to need to request changing network. If it is the same, we're good to go to send the transaction. So have an if here. If it is equal to chain ID, so we're going to, we are good. We are at Moon Alpha, Moonbase Alpha. And if it's not, we're going to need to switch. Need to switch the network. So let's run this. We need to switch the network. So in order to switch the network, we need to call a function name. I go back to this documentation. We need to call a function named wallet switch network. It switch Ethereum chain, so which is this one. So we're going to do that. We're going to await and then provider and then request method name wallet switch.
And one thing I just wanted to ask is that this switch is
Yep,
happening
it
behind
is.
the scenes, right?
Yep.
I mean, cool.
For MetaMask, it's going to trigger the pop-up that asking user to switch the network. But for Subwallet, it will going under the hood. It will not pop up anything, and user will have the seamless experience.
Awesome.
So we need to. So after we switch, we need to check again if the chain ID is exactly what we want. So let's trigger that. Oh, we're having some error here. Cannot provider the method out. We need to provide the param, which is the chain ID that we want to switch to. So which is this one, the chain ID, which is the Moonbase Alpha, right? Moonbase Alpha chain ID. So we're going to save it and reload it again. We are at Moonbase Alpha. So we're good to go to send some transaction here. So in order to send some, let me see. In my demo account, I am having some Moonbeam here. I want to send some dev. Oh, I don't have any dev here. So let's send some Moonbeam.
I can send you some dev too if you need some.
I think let's send some like real token to have it more exciting. Yeah, let's do it like, I remember we have like 1284 as the Moonbeam chain IDs. We can change it quickly here. Moonbeam chain ID 84 exactly it is. So we need to switch the network, and then we reloading again. It is actually at Moonbeam. Usually, whenever we trigger the switch, the Ethereum, the method wallet switch Ethereum chain, we would need to reload the browser again. But that is what MetaMask recommend, because prior to switching the network, we have some state or variable that is related to the previous chain. So in order to have a better like setup or something, they recommend us to reload the page, but we don't need to do that. We can like directly, after switching the network, we can directly run send some transaction here to make sure that we clear up some old or unrelated state variable from the previous change. So as you can see that we don't have or see any pop-up that asking to switch the network. and it is, and every we're reloading the page, we're getting the current chain ID. It is switching to Moonbeam, that where we are right now. So I'm having, let's see, I'm having some Moonbeam here, some glimmer here. So we're going to send a glimmer from this account, so from account to, and then we're going to send it to my other account, which is this one. So in order to make the transaction, to transfer the token, we need to call the function name send transaction. Oh, we are here. Send transactions, which is this one. Need to fill into it some parameter, which is from, to, and gas fee, and the number of token, the value, how much token that we want to transfer. So we would need to only fit into the param, only 3 parameter, like from, to, and value. The gas and gas price, we can provide it, but if we omit it, we don't provide it, the wallet will do it for us. Let's send some transaction. We're going to have a result here, and then await for the provider and request. Send the method name ETA send transaction. Send transaction, and then we're going to need to put our parameter here. Params. We need to have a from here, and then a to, which is we're going to send our glimmer from this address to this address. So the value is the number of token that we want to send. So we want to send, for example, we want to send 0.5 a glimmer from 0.5 glimmer in this transaction. So actually this function doesn't understand the decimal. It understands hex, and we also need to convert it to add like 18 decimal number after the comma in order to have the exact value that we want to transfer. So we need to multiply this with like 10 to the power 18, and then convert this number to hex. 16, and then the result we'll get back is the transaction ID of that transaction, so we can later look at it in an explorer. So let me see. Can I declare block scope? We have previously the value.
Within is used in
let's change the variable to another one, like transaction ID. So let's refresh the page. Connection and also put on sense. Oh,
Moonbeam is unstable a few days.
So we are experiencing some unstable issues with Moonbeam, because for MetaMask we for MetaMask, they connect to Moonbeam via HTTP requests, but for Subwallet, we subscribe to the WebSocket connections from Moonbeam, so it's sometimes like being unstable. So let's try again. So yep, we're good here.
We can help get you started
out.
out.
It's asking us to sign the transactions. So we're sending like 0.5 Glimmer from this account demo to this account. So we're going to enter the password. We can get back the transaction ID here. So let's copy it and I'll look it up in Moonscan. It is indexing, so we need to wait a little bit for it to. So you can see the value is 0.5 Glimmer here, and the from address and the to address is exactly the same with this one that we have here. We just need to wait a bit for the So Moonscan is indexing the transaction, and then we have this transaction successfully sent. So that means we're good with this transaction. So not only transactions, we can also call other methods like ETH call if we want to call some contract API, or get balance if we want to subscribe or get the balance from an address. I think we're good with this simple DApp. Let's get back to the slide.
Awesome, great demo. And I just wanted to highlight that you could have been on a separate account, right? You could have been on a different network. You could have been on Moonriver, or you could have been on Ethereum, and Subwallet is going to take care of that all for you without having to switch networks, without having to go and then click through. Let's say you have 20 different accounts. You don't have to click through all 20 and then find one.
That is the easiness of using Subwallet. So next, we're going to while developing the Subwallet, we are, for those who want to integrate Subwallet into your DApps, we provide some of the example and the library that we provide use, so that it is easier for you to interact Subwallet. So the first one is Subconnect, which is an example DApp to connect Substrate-based networks using both Substrate API and EVM providers, so that you can easily testing around to see if it is work or not, or what we are currently supporting right now with Subwallet. The second is that if you are using React to build your DApps, we built the library here for the Web3 React connector, so that you can easily plug into the Web3 React library, so that you can have an option to choose to integrate Subwallet easier. So you can easily install it via npm or yarn if you want. Next, and that is the end of that is the last point that I want to touch, which is the live demo with some of the existing Moonbeam DApps integrations. We will see how easy it is for user to interact with. Easy it is for user to use Subwallet to interact with DApps that are built on Moonbeam and Moonriver. So let's say in this live demo, we're going to need user want to stick well into the Moonwell projects. So I have some Glimmer, but I don't have Well token, so I need to somehow swap from Glimmer to Well and then stick Well into Moonwell. So let first go into Stellar Swap, which is a DEX built on Moonbeam, so that it allow me to easily switch from Glimmer to Well. So let's do the swap. So we're going to Well here. We're going to connect your wallet. We're going to choose Subwallet here. Let's see if we have. I think we're gonna need to which. Yep, we have like 0.5 Glimmer here in this account. So we're going to swap like 0.5 Glimmer to Well. So we're going to hit swap and confirm. Accept price, accept, and then confirm swap. Yep, Subwallet is asking us to sign this transaction, and then I'm going quickly input my password. Something wrong with my password. Yep, we're good to go. And the transaction is submitted, and we can view it on the Explorer here. You can see that the amount that we want to swap is 0.5 Glimmer. And get back to here. Oh, wow. Yep, we see the notification that we are successfully swapped from 0.5 Glimmer to 31 Well. And then next, we want to stake Well into Moonwell. So let's go to Moonwell, and then go to here, and then we want to stake Well into this accounts. So usually this is I have like the Subwallet already is connected with Moonwell, but we can go back to the ignore and forget this side, and then we can go over again if the situation when user firstly come into this side, it's going to pop up the account that the pop up the window that allow user to select which account to allow Moonwell to access. So let me go back here, setting, and then Moonwell, and then I'm going to forget it. Then we go reload it. It's going to ask for the account that I want to connect. So I want to connect. So which account that I want to connect? Oh, we are at. Where are we? So we want to connect to Subwallet, and then it's going to ask for the account that we want to approve, and then we'll connect it. Ooh. I think there's some problem here, but yep, we'll go. Some interruption a bit. Interruption a bit, but we're good now with the connections. So we're going to stake Well here. So we are currently now having like 31.5 Well. So we want to stake 30 Well into the pool. So we want to, so Moonwell is asking me to sign a transaction. So we're going to input the password here. So it is approved Moonwell safety model to transfer infinite Well on your behalf. And then we're gonna need to wait a bit. So we're gonna get back. Yep, I think we're going to have like a second transactions, which is to stake 30 Well into the safety module. Sign the transaction. So we can go back to the Explorer to see the transaction. on Moonscan. So it's going to be, yep, we're successful staking well into the pool. So I think that's it for the demo. So as you can see, it is really easy for user to stake and to swap around the token using Subwallet. And that is the end of our sessions in Moonbeam Workshop. So thank you for listening. I think if we have any questions, we are happy to answer.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Peter and Thomas. This was an awesome demo. And we're running just a little bit low on time, but I believe Kusu had a question. I'm not sure if you can answer the question just in terms of like time frame, but Kusu's question was, how soon is the fiat to crypto integration? And how soon will the mobile app be available? Again, totally understand if you can't answer these questions. They could be time scale specific.
Yeah, I understand. The expectations for the mobile app. I can't really tell how long it would take us to release an official version, but I have the test version on my phone right now, but I can't leak anything. So stay tuned on our account, media account. We will publish the updates on mobile version as soon as we are ready. About the fiats, buying token using fiats, we need to check back with the team. I'm not having that information right now, but we get back and answer it or update it in our Discord channel.
Is the best way for folks to stay in touch? Is it Twitter or Discord?
Yeah,
what do you?
We are mainly active on Telegram, Discord, and Twitter.
Perfect. Amazing. So hopefully this demo, showed you how easy it is to integrate SubWallet, and also how powerful it is, right? So we weren't switching a bunch of accounts. We weren't switching networks. It was one click and you were connected. And then as a developer, you can see all these accounts that SubWallet has. So no matter how many different accounts, you can see those, you can interact with them. And you can see that SubWallet is already live with Moonwell, with StealthSwap. These are the two biggest DeFi protocols, in terms of TVL and users. These are the biggest protocols on Moonbeam. So to already have them is huge. And of course, SubWallet is also live on apps.moonbeam.network. So you can use it in many different places. And we're all very excited about that. So thank you so much for the demo today. Thank you for the excellent introduction and presentation. We're so thrilled that you were able to join us today, Thomas and Peter.
Awesome. Thank you for hosting us today.
Thank you.
And look forward to chatting again soon.
Sure.